Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Again for Community Matters, and we're here with the lovely Steve Pollard, who we've not chatted for a while, Steve, but Steve, as many of you will know, is the founder of Awaken Pages, Awaken Jobs, and now we've got the Good Food Project. You're just incredibly busy. You're getting so much done, and we would just love to hear about what you're up to, how it's all going, and where we're headed.
Okay, well, I started this with a full head of black hair, and look at this is what 6 weeks in the food game will do to you. I would discourage anybody from doing it. No, it's very, very exciting. The food game's so interesting, so interesting. We're into 90-hour weeks here. Every week, that's been going about 6-7 weeks. We've got 2 local drivers out today.
Amazing.
We've got a warehouse here, which you can see. We've got loads of products like Faith in Nature, regular and bulk buy. All your different food products, like I'll show you a wee bit of this. Yeah, so we've got loads of food products like your chopped tomatoes, toothpaste. Instead of toothpaste, a bit of toothpaste, flying off the shelf. Lovely girl who makes it. Great product. Why are we giving our money to Tesco? There's lots of products that we can replace. Again, this bulk buy opportunity. Bulk buy brings our prices down to Tesco type prices anyway. And what's wrong with having this stuff in stock? We're of a prepper mentality. We watch what's going on. If you've got food in your cupboard today, that's a hedge against inflation. If any one of us had a garage full of food last year that lasts for 2 years, that was the best investment we could have made last year. And it's still the best investment because the trajectory is up. Everything we see it because we're buying it in, but we're seeing the prices going up all the time. We're seeing the problems with the supply chain.
Yeah, I have a heart attack every time I go and buy milk. I swear, every week I go and buy go and buy milk, and the price has just exploded. Yeah. And it's the same with everything. We've been for about a year, I think, been stocking stuff up in our sheds, just tacking on a bit to every week's shopping. But I think, as we're seeing things moving, it's sort of becoming more and more kind of like, right, need to actually get really quite serious about this.
And that's a good point, Sam. And it's back to, what are we stocking up? Are we stocking up the stuff that the bad guys produced for us with all the chemical nasties in it that we don't want? Or do we want the organic stuff with none of the nasties in it? It's actually quite good for us. But how do we get that? If we come together, we're the biggest customer in the UK, this community.
Yeah.
We're already with certain suppliers. They're amazed. They're saying, well, you're really busy. How are you busy? And nobody else is busy just now, because everybody else is feeling the pinch and we're actually busy. And we've still not even, scratched the surface in terms of the amount of people that we can get. We've taken everything very, very slowly. We started with eco products at the Good Food Project. I know we're going to talk about Awaken Pages and Awaken Jobs. We started with these products like cleaning products, the essentials that you're going to need: washing up liquid, laundry liquid, and people can buy it in bulk or they can buy it in regular size. But see, when you buy that, for talking sake of Faith in Nature, that costs £6.50 for shampoo. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely brilliant. I'm a stingy Scotsman. I just put a tiny wee amount in and I rub like crazy. That's how all the hair's falling out. It's all the rubbing to save myself some shampoo. But it was worth it. But that is £6.50 from Faith in Nature. We're selling it at £5.45. So we're selling these, and you can get 12 and a half of those shampoo bottles out of one of these, and it costs you £2.40. So from £6.50 down to £2.40 because you're buying in bulk. But now you're going to wash your hair all year, aren't you? So that's got a 10-year shelf life. So you're looking for answers to inflation. They're staring us right in the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
People have got money lying in banks, propping up banks when they could have money sitting in their garage, propping up themselves.
Yeah. Saving
them money over the year. You buy that today, I'll guarantee you at the end of this year, that'll be almost twice as much, maybe 50% more at the very least. Okay, why not buy it today? It doesn't cost a fortune. And the same for all of these products. Beautiful pastas, as I said, all your flours, tomato sauce, organic tomato sauce. Your kids are squeezing this stuff all over their chicken nuggets, right? So we're going to wean them away from McDonald's and we're going to make them chicken nuggets at home. with organic chicken, all the organic ingredients, and you're going to pour organic sauce on it. What's wrong with that as an approach? And buy enough of it in, and it ends up at the same price as the normal stuff. So there's no point in stocking up on the wrong stuff.
No.
We're just about to do some deals, and this is where we need the customers to get their wallets out. And we've got a good mechanism for doing that with our gift cards. We've thought this through quite a bit. There's a lot of people talk about we're going to start a food business, and do you know what? We'll see if I service 10,000 customers. We've got 3,500 followers in the Good Food Project page. We've got 40,000 Awaken pages. See if I just service them. I'm dealing with about 1% of the UK Awakened community. If I serviced all 40,000, and my hair would be even whiter, there'd be less of it. I'd be, creaking at the seams. But I'd be delighted to serve those 40,000 people and make sure that they get food and make sure that they get the best deals on these products that you can't buy. We've got a range of products you can't go into Tesco and buy because they don't want you buying the good stuff.
I mean, the whole system just needs to change, doesn't it? And people don't realise until someone like you comes along or someone similar, actually all the different ways that we can consume. It doesn't have to be wasteful and, you're at the mercy of these monolithic corporations that are setting the prices. They're artificially inflating prices, and like Sam says, you go,
they're profiteering. They're absolutely profiteering.
Exactly. And there's no genuine reason for it. We know that. And again, this is all about us taking our power back, realizing that you don't have to be some massive corporation like Tesco's or whatever to have a food business or whatever. And it's really just a matter of people pooling, coming together, pooling their resources and being a bit wise and a bit thrifty. And it's because the system that's in place at the moment, it's been designed to fail. It could never sustain itself. And we're kind of, this is the point now, isn't it, where it really is collapsing. But instead of everybody going into panic mode, there are projects like yours where you've seen it coming, you've taken action, and people can get prepared, because it is definitely very much about prepping as much as you can for this, whatever it's going to be, this rocky period ahead.
Yeah, because we one of the ways that we did this is it's kind of like a co-op and kind of like a business, if you like. And I'm ex-financial services, so I've been in business a long time. I've won awards for marketing and technology, so I'm very, very good at technology. This is a technology business. When we pack boxes, we're scanning into boxes and it takes it off the inventory, so we know how much stock we've got. We run this like a proper warehouse, but we're owned 100% by us. We're 16% owned right now by our members. That will soon be 49% owned by our members. We want to drive this throughout the UK. This warehouse here can support probably 7 or 8 jobs, and probably 1,000 to 2,000 people can be serviced with local delivery. When we do, I've got guys out today delivering veg boxes. They might be delivering 4 of these to customers. That's 20 kilos. They'll lift it in and put it in your garage for you. If it's an older lady, and then she's refilling her own wee shampoo bottle herself. We're going to have like 25 kilo bags of pasta soon. Nothing organic pasta. Now, you can buy 500 grams worth of non-organic pasta from Tesco if you want. You'd be better with 25 grams of organic pasta, because what's the point in a grid down situation still eating their crap? Why are we letting them feed us when we know what to do? I'm going to give you just one example, which is really important. You guys know we've got a lot of holistic therapists and people, they're really smart. They're nutritionists. They know what they're doing. They're better than me by a million miles. I tap into their knowledge to work out what to stock here. This little thing, the cheeky panda, right? Toilet roll. I don't know why I keep talking about toilet roll these days, but never mind. It's part of the thrill of the job.
That's one of the things we saw people go absolutely mental and panic buy over, isn't it?
Oh, I've got them. We say we've got something for every bum. We've got like 4 rolls, 24 rolls or 48 rolls, so you can bulk buy. No dust-free, fragrance-free, pesticide-free, chlorine bleach-free, BPA-free, kind to your skin. One of our members wrote a brilliant article, a female member. She's very, very switched on, very holistic, really, really nice, very spiritual. She wrote an article on Facebook and I reposted it in my group, and she said that the reason a lot of women and men are having problems is the toilet paper we've been using. And we've been using it for years. We don't think about it. But these people who stock the shelves with this nonsense that we shouldn't be putting anywhere near those parts of our body, they know what they're doing. And we're falling into their trap. And she's saying that that's one of the main reasons why they've got all these diseases around about that area of the body, because it's a very sensitive area and you're putting the wrong stuff on it.
That's a really important point, is certainly for me, you know, particularly over the last year, is realizing what is actually in the food and the products that I'm using. And, you know, you never really gave it much thought, but now it's really prompting this. What am I putting in my body? What am I putting on my body? There has got to be better things out there. And I think, you know, one of the greatest things about the Good Food Project is that actually these are all, you know, responsibly sourced things that are, you know, designed to be better for our body. And it's one of the biggest changes we can all make, you know, that will make a massive difference to us and to everything else, is really being more conscious about what we're doing.
It could be one of the biggest changes for all of our health. People might be suffering just now with health because they're eating the same way. What does 3 months of all organic diet do to you? I don't know. It's worth a try, wasn't it? You know,
yeah.
Why are we messing about? We know. I mean, the warnings in some of this food, the preservatives. You talked about milk earlier, Sam. I've taken photographs of milk, and I go to the local co-op occasionally pick up milk, and one day it could be the 1st of the month, and the other day it's the 7th of the month, right at the back. So I'm scrambling to get to the back because I check the dates on everything. But once the 7th is gone, who's the poor bugger who's getting the one with the 1st one? It's 7-day-old milk they're selling us. You know, I can get fresh milk to people in England, fresher than that. I don't at the moment, but I could. I could have milk delivered here at 6 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning in Scotland, and I could have it in a fridge and by 12 o'clock the next day. And it'll be better than the stuff that they've got, the choices that they've got in the local co-op or Tesco. So these are the things that we need to look at. We want fresh stuff. We want chemical-free veg flying out the door. It's an amazing driver. So we invested in and this is an important one. You know, we're talking about us going to knock on farmers' doors. There's a way to do that. You know, I approached a farmer. I looked at his website. I went to see him. I did a video of him and I chatting. We shook hands on a deal. 2 weeks later, I gave him $7.5 grand for seeds. He bought organic seeds and he sowed them in the ground. Now I've got veg boxes for 200 people a week in Scotland and England. I could do that deal 10 times throughout the UK. Same deal, because what I did is I de-risked him. What he doesn't want, what a farmer doesn't want, is us turning up and saying, go and make 200 more veg boxes a week than you've got just now. And we'll maybe buy them in 6 weeks' time when it's all coming out. And he's going to look at it and say, well, that's all risk to me. I've got to trust that you're going to be there, that you're going to be organised enough to buy them, that you can deliver and say what you're telling me, because I have to put 10 grand worth of seeds in the ground to service your order in 6 weeks' time. I don't know you. I de-risked them. I said, there's the money. There's the money for the seeds. Now I get the veg boxes less the price of the seeds on each box.
This is Awakened business, isn't it? This is what Awakened Pages, everything that you're about. It's not profiteering. It's not about, you know, the cream at the top, you know, and everything else is filtered down and gets more and more watered down, and nobody's really benefiting other than those sitting at the top. This is the completely different model, isn't it? Where you are working together, everybody's level on the same playing field, you're all benefiting.
Excuse me, sorry, just one moment. I've just got a knock on the door. My apologies.
Good Food Project delivery, you better get it.
Yeah, I mean, how long's that been going, Steve, with the
I think that's 7 weeks or something, but we've got 7 or 8 weeks now, but we've got people on their 8th order now. So regular, some people are really regularly shopping with us. They're just coming to us, big orders, and they're just, you know, a veg box every week now, plus the other things that they need. We've just gone through our organic inspection. and we're waiting on the paperwork coming through. Once we get that through, we're going to move into organic meats and then organic fruits, and people will be able to build their own box. You know, you say, I want 6 bananas and a pineapple and 2 avocados, and we'll box it up for you. There's only Jane and I here. I mean, we're doing everything. We're doing the website, doing the negotiations, doing the marketing, dealing with the social media side, dealing with the customers, packing the boxes, offloading the vans, placing the orders, dealing with the inventory. Fine. In a normal business, you might have 6 people doing that. 2 of us are doing it because that's the way we roll in this community. And we should be.
Yeah, I think.
Any hair left, Steve?
I'll have nothing left. It'll be telly's to that.
I was just going to say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but none of this would be able to be going ahead or happening without the community that has got involved. Is that right?
Yeah, because we've obviously built up Awaken pages and Awaken jobs, and people know us. I mean, you know, labour of love, like you guys. You know, none of us are going to retire on this stuff at this stage. But a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. I mean, the government could come in and sue this company because I'm on less than the basic wage just now in real terms. But so I should be. We're in a start-up situation. We're blood, sweat, and tears in here to get this stuff going. But the customers are happy. They know we're working hard for them. They trust us. Who do you trust with your food? There's a girl I spoke to the other day, beautiful girl, and she sent me a box of her food. She's a chef in London, and she makes beautiful organic, end-to-end, every ingredient, organic prepared meals. She sent me a box of her food. It's absolutely lovely. Now, she is, again, she's a person who, she takes organic seriously. If you look at it, we're out there buying a curry, right? Because we're in bad habits. It's certainly not organic chicken you're getting in a curry. Okay. Now, there's a lot of trust when you knock on a restaurant's door, particularly in this high inflation economic cycle that we're in. You knock on a restaurant's door and you say, I want you to feed me and my family tonight, and I'll take all those organic, non-organic ingredients that you're prepared to put in. But like the milk at the co-op, one date's the 1st of the month, the other date's the 7th of the month. What's the date on the chicken? I'm not checking it. Is it feasible that somebody puts chicken that's a wee bit close to the date in that carry-out meal that you and your family, non-organic chicken, and a bit close to the date, just because they're counting the pennies and they're up against the clock? Do you think they're going to just throw it in the bin and say, well, that's yesterday's chicken, or oh, we'll get one more good day out of it? I don't want to be that experiment. Who do you trust with your food? I'm very, very fussy in dates. I used to go into my family's houses, I'd sniff their milk and check their dates and hate me for it, you know, checking the dates on stuff and bread and, you know, things like that. We do that here. We're looking at the dates. We want stuff to be fresh. We want stuff to have a good shelf life, but not because it's filled with chemicals to keep it on the shelf. The system is broken just now. You go to Tesco. Tesco's full of food just now. They don't know what we want to buy. They just stock up on everything and hope we buy it. Okay, but to keep it on the shelves while they wait on us making up our minds, they have to put these preservatives in it.
Yeah.
None of these organic products have got that in it. They don't need it.
There is so much waste, isn't there? I think that's it. You know, all of this, the supermarkets, and it's all been under the guise of convenience. They actually call them convenience stores, don't they? And actually, it's convenient for who? It's the way society's been designed, and we've seen it ramp up, you know, in the last few decades. So enabled for, you know, 24/7, you can go to a supermarket. Why? Because people are working 24/7 now. They don't have time. We've been so removed from growing our own food.
Yep.
Going to, you know, you used to have your meat, the greengrocers for your veg, here, there, and then everything under one roof, and everybody just understandably kind of fell for it. And then we're in this horrible cycle of waste. I mean, we just see that the amounts of foods that are thrown away, and what is more indicative of an evil system when you've got people starving, you've got people on the streets with no food, and these mountains of food.
Absolutely. It's huge. And you think about it, and it's a very good point you make there, Fifi, because see, ultimately, our parents and us to an extent, as we were adults buying their own shopping and stuff, we let those local butchers and local bakers fail because we fell into the trap of the convenience.
Yeah.
But I notice it here. Every single product line we add, we get more customers and we get bigger orders because they want to do a full shop. I don't have meat here just now because if I'm going to get meat delivered to someone in England, I need to know my courier service is working perfectly. I need to know about my boxes. I mean, we're testing all sorts of things just now, how to get food frozen and keep it frozen. Maybe I need to have local vans throughout the UK. Fine, we're going to get 10 hubs throughout the UK like this. We've got a model now. I can pick this up and take it down to Newcastle. I can pick it up and take it down to Manchester. There's people who are buying food off us just now who will be tomorrow's delivery drivers. The people who work for the hubs in this business will be part of this community. Absolutely. We'll create jobs, really good jobs, and we'll create a community, and we'll be able to get a full order, the same as Tesco, all organic, not a million miles away on price, but you'll be able to trust what you're getting. And maybe I've got the same frozen vans as Tesco, where you've got a chilled, ambient and frozen section that turns up at your door, and your frozen arrives frozen because it should, and your chilled arrives chilled because it should. They're not doing anything special. The only reason Tesco exists is we spend our money with them. The only reason farmers have got contracts with Tesco is because Tesco stepped in the way of us and the farmer and took our business, and now they negotiate with the farmer. Again, you want to go out and deal with farmers. You've got to, I'm dealing with farmers just now. I've learned a lot. Farmers might not be on the same page as us. Does that mean we can't deal with them? No, absolutely not. But there's a way and a means to professionally present what our community is without making people run a mile, because that can happen as well. And that's not a good place to be. You know, we need to be professional. We need to be business-like. We are that. We're ticking those boxes. We've got a good name. We've got a good website. We've got good systems. They're going to get better all the time. We're going to get some delivery going in England soon with our own drivers very, very shortly, probably next. And I'll take one of my vans from here, and we'll meet a guy at the border, and we'll fill his van up, and he'll go on his run, and he'll get stuff same day to people in probably Newcastle to start with. And there's another hub. And then slowly but surely, that's when the rollout really starts. And if I deal with 10,000 people, 40,000 people, I'm still only 1% of the community. So we need another 99 people like us going out there and opening up their version of it. Go and try something else. It's a free market. Why should we don't need to all do this together, incidentally. That's the last thing community needs, is everybody saying, right, the only way we're going to do it is if every single group joins together and we all do it. Give me an example of where that's worked in this movement so far, where all the groups have came together and done anything that's still operational. It's never worked. That's not a slight on it. It's just too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Let's get on with it. We are up against the clock here. No, let's stop talking and start getting the action done, because we need a lot of food businesses to be set up. I'll expand into whoever wants to support us, and we'll deliver damn good stuff. I'd like to see another 100 people like us, 100 groups like us, you know, going about it in their own way, because we're inventing the new. We're creating the new world. I didn't know how to pack a box, how to scan an item, how to order, how to deal with inventory, how to get stuff out and deal with couriers. 8 weeks in, I've got a lot of experience in this game now. And a lot of my previous experience in every single job I've ever done since I was 16 is culminating now in what I need, the skills I need to deliver a red hot service in this game right now that people can actually trust for their food, and we're achieving it, and it's good, and we're really enjoying it as well. It's the best work I've ever done.
I think you're right, Steve, about we want things to be decentralized. It's not going to help to kind of mimic the system we've already got with just one big central operation. It doesn't work like that. That's what we're seeing. We need communities to kind of take things back on a local and a regional scale, and you know, we all can still inspire each other, but power needs to come back to fewer people rather than it being a very distant thing, because that's actually just going to be more of the same, really.
And that's another trap we could fall into if we're not careful. And again, I'll just reiterate this: we don't have huge amounts of time to get this right. You know, I want to be out there negotiating with people who are the farmers who can say, well, do you know what, you might be my new contract, but you've got a system in place that guarantees me. I got a delivery today, as I said, 100 veg boxes. Probably next week or the following week, we move up to 200 veg boxes a week. That's food for 200 families where I've got their name on it. Now, I'll tell you right now, Tesco does not have any of our 3 names on any food in that store. If the crap hits the fan, we're in the same boat as absolutely everybody else, getting whatever they're prepared to give us and make available to us. I'm saying to you, in Scotland and England right now, I've got veg boxes with the name of 200 people on it who want it. It's there, guaranteed, it's coming to them. What's wrong with that throughout the UK, where your food's guaranteed, someone's looking after you, because you've got a job to do. Not everybody's going to grow their own. I've got stuff in my garden, it's a mess. I've not even touched it. I've got strawberries that I should be shot for what I've done to that garden. It's disgusting, right? Because I'm too busy here. We might be in a habit of doing a Tesco shop. Well, my strategy is I'm going to replace that Tesco shop with good stuff. That's why it's the Good Food Project. You know, I'm not saying it's the Organic Food Project. I'm not saying it's the Great Food Project. I'm saying it's a good food. You're going to get quality, nutritional, good food, well thought out. We're going to negotiate good deals for you. We're not profiteering. My retail prices are less than most people charge for retail, right? Because I'll have 2 people doing the jobs of 4. Yeah. And I don't need to market for customers. So that saving is going back into the pricing. But see, behind the deals that I've got just now, I can get another 10 or 15% more with volume. Yeah. Again, that can go straight. So the more money that's been put through the system, the more orders, then I'm out there saying, well, I gave you a 10 grand order last month. Now I'm giving you a 30. Now we're a very good customer. Then it's a 300 grand order in a month. Yeah. They're already taking us quite seriously. And we're small just now. I consider this really small. But in my previous businesses, I've always dealt in large volumes. So I'm just looking at this and thinking, I can do 500 customers. How do I do 5,000? If I can do 5,000, how do I do 40,000, 50,000? That's the way I look at things. We've got the blueprint, we've got the prototype for that.
It's absolutely incredible, everything that you've achieved. I mean, we have alluded to the Awaken pages and the Awaken jobs, which are incredible, but we're fast running out of time, so we're not going to be able to come to them. So we'll put the links in the post, and I would highly recommend people check them out. But the Good Food Project is just immense. And, you know, I think on behalf of everyone, like, thank you for the amount of hard work that you are putting into it. It's definitely something that's really, really needed. And I hope a lot of people kind of check you out on the back of this. And, you know,
we've got some great Stand in the Park. I mean, Stand in the Park is really that is still the sleeping giant in many ways, in terms of all of these little stands are the start of these communities. I actually, funny enough, one of my customers the other day, I was phoning her up to say, I'm going to get your delivery to you a day early. And she was sitting in a Stand in the Park meeting, not on a Sunday. They do sort of reach out meetings and things like that. So a lot of these Stand in the Park groups are very, very active. So they were sitting, and she put me on speakerphone. I was saying hi, and they're saying, oh, we follow you on YouTube and we follow Good Food. And I was like, well, this is really great. I mean, imagine you could have that with more Stand in the Parks. What's wrong? Guys, you know what it's like trying to eke a living out of this in any way, shape or form, right? I can hold my head up high and eke a very small living out of this for delivering this service to people. What's wrong with a Stand in the Park group being one of them's the warehouse manager and one of them's 2 of them are drivers and 2 of them are packing the boxes, and then they're feeding out to that local community? I'd be delighted with that up and down the UK. We've got the
possibilities are endless, and it really is about people working together as communities, and I think that is the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Right, we're on in a minute now, so thanks so much, Steve. Like we said, we'll post everything underneath. The more people that get involved, the better it is for everyone. It's genuinely serving us, serving the community, and yeah, I always highly recommend everything.